Welcome friends, it's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm sharing cards I made using the October Hero Arts monthly card kit. And this kit has a holiday theme. I actually made these cards, several weeks ago. And had issues with my old computer and have since gotten a new computer. My old computer and software were they just could not handle, I guess, any longer my videos. So I bought a new computer, new software, and hopefully I'm going to be back in business with producing or showing the process. Here I'm just going to show you the cards, tell you what I did, and go from there. So with this card, I used some Gina K masking magic. And what I did was I used my craft knife and I cut my masking paper down to the same size as my A2 card. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I found the midpoint, which would be 2 1/8, and I marked that with a pencil here at the top. And then from that point, I measured down to 3 1/2 inches on this side and 3 1/2 inches on this side, and with a pencil. Drew that in with a pencil, and then from this bottom point I measured in 1 inch. Same on this side, measured in 1 inch, and then here measured a 1/2 inch down on either side, and then just connected those 2 points and drew out my tree. And then I used my craft knife and my metal ruler and just line that up and cut it out. Oh, that's not my my craft pick, my craft knife, I should say. And just cut. So I used the metal because I didn't want to nick up, of course, my plastic T ruler. So used my metal ruler and cut this out. So I'm using the negative here and place that on my weight 65-pound paper, and then inked that up so that I have the shape of my tree, and I can reuse this, so I have placed the backing back on. So after I inked that up with Rustic Wilderness Green, I also inked up a background with that same Hero Arts Scripty Bold stamp, and stamped that in that same Rustic Wilderness. Matted my white panel, or cut it down I should say, and matted it with just some green cardstock. And then cut out a star and embossed a star and die cut it with the stamp set. And then same with the sentiment, that's from the stamp set. And used some red confetti to make my ornaments. And then this is just a thin strip of red glitter paper from my stash, and I also stacked up my sentiment and stamped another silhouette sentiment from the stamp set. So that's card number 1. And card number 2 uses the positive piece from that same masking magic cutout. So I place this in the center of my cardstock, inked around it with candied apple red ink, and then use the stars, the Fading Stars stamp stamp from the kit to make my garland. And then stamped in gold my star. This sentiment is from the stamp set, this deer, and I popped both of these up on 2 blanks each, so that that adds texture. And then mounted this onto, or matted it onto some red cardstock. Card number 3 is a slimline card, and I am using the Hero Arts Fancy Dies this is the Wish ornament. Wish ornament fancy die. Okay, and so I've used that to cut out my ornament. But first, what I did was I used the Simon Says Stamp Faceted Snowflake embossing folder and embossed that on some Hero Arts cranberry cardstock, and that embosses up to about here, so about 6 inches tall. And then I took my panel and splattered white picket fence distress ink all over it just to get the snowy effect, and then cut out my ornament 3 times, once out of the silver, diamond silver cardstock that came in the kit, and then underneath some white cardstock, and stack that up. Stamp the train and tree in silver, embossing powder, as well as the sentiment. Cut that out, and love the way this card turned out. Just gorgeous. Don't know if you can see all that texture with the embossing folder, and then of course the white snow throughout, and then the mounted ornament. This is a beautiful ornament. So that's what I did with card number 3. Card number 4 is also a slimline card. I used the lapis cardstock from the kit and Hero Arts Mid-Tone Navy ink. Stamped that. Stamped my village and die cut that out a couple more times and stacked it, and then used the background stamp and some white puff embossing powder from Hero Arts to give it that texture of the snow. And then I took some ink, blue sapphire ink, and inked around the edges, and then came in with my black soot distress oxide ink over top that, just to make that center glow. Oh, didn't realize I was moving my camera. Let me be more steady. So that gave me that center glow, and then I wanted a little sparkle and shine, so I brought in my chunky glitter. Let me see, which one did I use? I've got a couple. I used Hero Arts. I will link that below. Oh, here it is. Snowfall glitter. This Hero Arts Snowfall glitter is very beautiful. So I ran my liquid glue underneath my village, and right in here, just to give it some, make it seem as though there's a path in the snow. And then I added my glitter and let that dry. Added a few spots of glitter throughout my scene here, and stamped on the card base directly with the Happy Holidays sentiment from the kit. And that is card number 4. And then card number 5, my final card, I used that silver cardstock from the kit and stamped my Santa and sleigh and deer in soft granite, Hero Art soft granite. Stamped my stars and embossed that with silver. And my little village, or my little gingerbread house, I actually stamped that with, I think this is Kappa Joe ink, and then used my alcohol markers to ink up my candy cane and a little edging on the roof, and that was all I did there. And then stamped my Merry Christmas in the soft granite ink, and a tree in Rustic Wilderness. Used my alcohol markers to color in my ornaments, and then just a touch of gold glitter paper because I wanted my star to stand out. So I just die cut that with the die from the kit and pop this up on foam tape. Used Hero Arts Infinity ovals to cut this out, and then put it on an angle and cut that with my trimmer, and left about a 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. Love how that came out. And that's it for this kit. I had filmed the process, as I said earlier, I think in this video. I filmed the process. All of my footage was, or most of my footage was corrupt, so that is why I'm just doing a project share today. So I hope that this provided some inspiration for you. Now let's take a look back at all of the cards I made with this kit. So a couple of A2 cards. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if not already a subscriber. And hopefully soon I'll be back with more actual process videos. Good day, friends.